Hello everyone, and welcome to AZ Languages. This is a B2 English listening and shadowing practice lesson. You can use this video to improve your listening skills, build your vocabulary, and practice understanding spoken English. As you listen, try to follow along carefully. You can also repeat the sentences after me. This is a great way to improve your pronunciation and speaking confidence. Are you ready? Let's get started. Today, we're going to talk about some common English idioms. Idioms are very important in English. Native speakers use them all the time. You will hear them in conversations. You will hear them in movies. You will hear them in television shows. You may even hear them at work or school. Learning idioms can help you understand English more naturally. They can also help you sound more fluent when you speak. Many idioms have meanings that are different from the individual words. Because of that, they can sometimes be confusing for learners. But once you learn them, they become very useful. So today, let's look at a few common idiomatic expressions that English speakers use regularly. Let's begin with our first idiom. The first expression is, once in a blue moon. This is a very common idiom. You have probably heard it before. Maybe you understood it. Maybe you didn't. Let's look at what it means. If something happens once in a blue moon, it happens very rarely. It does not happen often. In fact, it almost never happens. When native speakers use this expression, they are talking about something uncommon, something unusual, something that happens only occasionally. For example, imagine you have a friend who lives far away. You rarely get the chance to see each other. You might say, I only see him once in a blue moon. This means you see him very rarely, maybe only once every few years. Here's another example. Let's say a famous event happens in your town. You might say, an event like that only happens once in a blue moon. Again, this means the event is very rare. You don't see it often. Let's look at one more example. Imagine someone asks you if you eat fast food. You could answer, I eat fast food once in a blue moon. That means you almost never eat it, maybe only on very special occasions. So whenever you hear the expression once in a blue moon, remember that it refers to something rare, something that doesn't happen very often. Let's move on to our second idiom. The next expression is to feel under the weather. This is an extremely useful phrase. Native speakers use it regularly. It simply means that you are feeling a little sick. Maybe you have a cold. Maybe you have a headache. Maybe you feel tired and uncomfortable. But usually it is not used for serious illnesses. It is more commonly used for minor health problems. For example, if you wake up with a sore throat and a runny nose, you might say, I'm feeling a bit under the weather today. That tells people that you're not feeling your best. Here's another example. Imagine your friends invite you to dinner. You want to go, but you're not feeling well. You could say, sorry, I can't come tonight. I'm feeling a little under the weather. This sounds natural and polite. Many native speakers use this phrase instead of directly saying they're sick. Let's look at another situation. Suppose you go to work, but you're tired and have a headache. A coworker asks how you're doing. You might reply, I'm a little under the weather today. that tells them you're not feeling completely healthy. Actually, many people use this phrase quite often during cold and flu season. It's a simple and useful expression, so try to remember it. If you have a minor illness, you can say that you're feeling under the weather. Now, let's continue with our third idiom. The next expression is to stab someone in the back. This is another very common idiom. You may already have a similar expression in your own language. The meaning is usually easy to understand. When someone stabs another person in the back, they betray them. They break their trust. They do something dishonest or hurtful. Usually, it involves someone you trusted. Let's imagine an example. Suppose you tell your best friend a secret. You trust them completely. You ask them not to tell anyone. But the next day, they tell everybody. Now, lots of people know your secret. You feel hurt. You feel disappointed. In this situation, you might say, "My friend stabbed me in the back." In other words, your friend betrayed your trust. Here's another example. Imagine two coworkers are competing for a promotion. One coworker secretly spreads false information about the other. As a result, the second coworker loses the opportunity. That could also be described as stabbing someone in the back. This expression usually describes actions that are unfair or disloyal. The emotional impact is often quite strong. When someone stabs you in the back, it usually hurts your feelings. It often damages a relationship. That's why this idiom is commonly used when talking about betrayal. Now let's look at our fourth idiom. The next expression is cold turkey. This is one of the most interesting idioms in English. It is often used when discussing habits or addictions. If someone quits something cold turkey, they stop completely and immediately. There is no gradual process. There's no slow reduction. They simply stop all at once. For example, imagine a person who has smoked cigarettes every day for many years. One day, they decide to quit. They throw away all their cigarettes. They stop smoking immediately. You could say, "He quit smoking cold turkey." Here's another example. Imagine someone spends too much time on social media. They decide they want a change, so they delete all their social media accounts in one day. They stop using them completely. You could say, "She quit social media cold turkey." The same expression can be used for many different habits. The important idea is that the person stops suddenly. There is no transition period. There is no gradual change. Everything stops immediately. Many people find this method difficult. Others prefer it because it feels simple and direct. Either way, the expression is very common. So if you hear someone say they quit something cold turkey, you'll know exactly what they mean. Now, let's move on to our final idiom. The last expression for today is born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Of course, you can replace his with her or another pronoun if needed. This idiom is usually used to describe someone who was born into a wealthy family. In other words, they grew up with a lot of money. They may have had advantages that other people did not have. Often, this expression is used in a slightly negative way. People sometimes use it when they think someone has had an easy life. For example, imagine a person who never had to worry about money. Their family paid for everything. They never had to work while growing up. Someone might say, he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. This suggests that the person had a very privileged upbringing. Here's another example. Imagine someone becomes successful, but their parents were already very rich. People might say, she was born with a silver spoon in her mouth. Again, the focus is on the fact that the person started life with financial advantages. You usually would not say this directly to someone's face. It is more commonly used when people are talking about someone else. Sometimes the phrase sounds critical, sometimes it sounds jealous, and sometimes it is simply a statement of fact. It depends on the situation and the speaker's tone, but overall, it is a very common idiom that you may hear in everyday conversations. So today, we've learned 5 useful English idioms. Let's review them one more time. Once in a blue moon. This means something happens very rarely. Under the weather. This means feeling slightly sick. Stab someone in the back. This means to betray someone's trust. Cold turkey. This means quitting a habit suddenly and completely. And finally, born with a silver spoon in his or her mouth. This means growing up in a wealthy family with many advantages. Idioms are an important part of learning English. At first, they may seem difficult, but the more you hear them, the easier they become. Try to notice these expressions when you watch movies. Listen for them in podcasts. Look for them when you read articles or books. The more exposure you have, the more natural they will feel. And don't be afraid to use them yourself. Even if you make mistakes, practice is the best way to improve. Every new idiom gives you another useful tool for communication. Little by little, your English will become more natural and more fluent. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for listening and practicing English with me. Leave a comment and try using one of today's idioms in your own sentence. I'd love to read your examples. Keep practicing every day, and I'll see you in the next lesson on AZ languages. Take care and goodbye.